What'd you say?
What were the topics? Why are you recording?
This is Mortified Zombie Head coming at you here from an undisclosed location in Colorado. Here with Drunk Rants 12 with a guest star, my sister, Gwen, who is like, how old are you? Like 17? 17-ish. I think she's actually 19, I'm not sure. Right?
Yeah, I'm surprised you know that, but yeah.
Yeah, she's 19. Okay, in all fairness, I have like 10 fucking siblings, so
Yeah,
cut me some slack on keeping track of their birthdays.
You have 9.
Okay, 9 siblings. But my guest star here helped me come up with a list of 6 items, maybe 5 items, depending on if I really feel like doing the 6th one when we get there. Probably not, because it's kind of insufficient. So, without further ado, Drunk Rants 12. Except I'm drunk and she's not, because she's obviously underage.
Yeah. That.
Oh, and that vape life, though. It just got douchey in here. Alright, so, item number 1 on the list is nosy people. We all know them, we all hate them, they're fucking annoying. It's one thing to have someone that you can confide in on a regular basis that asks you about things because they know that you confide in them.
And then there's people that will watch your Snapchat story and
this,
like, they watch your Snapchat
start
story.
over and speak louder.
And then there's those people that watch
Bruh.
Anyways, then there's those people that will watch your Snapchat story and have nothing to do with it, and then take it into one thing, make it into another thing, and then tell the entire town of Nothingville.
AKA Pillion, South Carolina, where I grew up. Kind of.
But, shitty town, don't go. If you go, just keep driving. Drive till you get through it.
Fam, most of my fan base is in Pillion. You can't do this. Anyways, continue with what you're saying.
And then you have people texting you and blowing up your phone like, oh my gosh, I didn't know, like, this and this. I didn't know that you broke up with so-and-so. Like, just stupid stuff that has literally nothing to do with them. Like, that you've already gotten past, that you've already moved forward in your life with. Like.
So what she's essentially saying is nosy people have a tendency to breed gossip, and they are a problem. And they probably should have been aborted as children. Next item, number 2, semi-drivers. Gwen here has had a fun experience with one. You remember the Flagger skit video that I made? Well, she actually used to work with us, and now does again. Gwen, why don't you tell them about your fun little experience with the semi?
Okay, so basically, I was standing there, and, you know, holding on a little stop slow sign, and, you know, there's, like, cones in front of me with reflective tape on, and then there's signs, like, almost half a mile away from me, leading all the way up to me. Like, and then I have to wear a reflective vest, and I have this big-ass stop sign that, you know, usually means to fucking stop. But, whatever. Anyway, so here comes the semi, and, like, I noticed he wasn't slowing down or whatever, so, you know, me over here, I'm like, wave my arm, like, hey, you know, I'm here, like, pay attention. And this man literally just did not slow down. Like, he didn't slow down until he was just about to hit me, and he swerved so hard, his fucking trailer tipped. Like, just tipped. And then went back on the road, and he just kept on going. But they stopped him in the middle or whatever. That part's not important because they didn't report the shit.
Yeah, they didn't. The boss at the time, boss, quote-unquote, supervisor, was kind of slack and wanted to cut the semi-driver some slack because if they get in trouble like that, they can lose their CDL. For good fucking reason. They should be held to a higher standard. They're driving several tons of bullshit on interstates. They can cause so much more damage to people, vehicles, property, than a normal car could. Not saying that a normal car should get a free pass for fucking shit up, but still, you would think at least a ticket is warranted.
Right. And then his excuse was he was looking at his GPS. So, like, he was looking at his GPS for half of a mile. That's a good long-ass distance.
Now, granted, the reason I put this down isn't necessarily just because of this case, but I wanted to have her bring it up to bring to light a pretty prominent issue. There are a lot of crazy-ass fucking semi-drivers out there, and it's really incredibly annoying. That's something we see actively because we work on the side of the road, or on the road itself on a regular basis. They don't pay any attention to the caution signs. They have a tendency to speed and just whip around things. I understand that a lot of them have limited amounts of time that they're allowed to work, but they shouldn't put other people's lives at risk because of that. I'm sorry, that is not my fault. I am being paid to deal with roadside maintenance on trees and shit like that. It's what we do. Now, it's a little ridiculous that they managed to get away with swinging around things like this, just taking out our cones, taking out signs, and causing all kind of havoc. As a matter of fact, in the last week alone, I can recall at least 5 instances in which a semi has almost caused a crash while we were doing shoulder work, which those of you who don't understand what that means that we were not on the road itself, but working on the grass and the woods next to the road, because they have a tendency to, as most vehicles, politely guide over whenever they see us, even when we're not in the road. But they're still going at a good 70, 80 miles an hour as the car is coming around a corner and just barely get out of the way in time. It's a little ridiculous.
It's a lot ridiculous.
A lot ridiculous. Item number 3. This is of the 2 that she remembered of all of the videos I made because she's such a fucking supportive sister. Gwen's favorite topic that I mentioned was abortion.
Oh, fuck abortion. It is wrong. Wrong. No, I'm just kidding. For real, though, it's not your business. Like, that's another thing with being fucking nosy. Like, get over yourself. You didn't lay down and make that baby. You don't know what the situation is. You don't know what's going through their head. And I can promise you that after getting an abortion, they're not going to wake up the next morning with a big-ass smile on their face.
Not to mention, a good portion of you seem to only care about the baby until it's born. Then you're fine to see it given all kinds of hell through the foster system, not see it fit to give it any kind of support or anything to that effect afterwards. You are a lot of hypocritical assholes. But you know my stance on abortion from one of my other videos. I think we should just abort all the babies and let the human race die off. Don't forget to abort.
I hate you for that.
No, I honestly... Okay, it's not exactly like I just said it. Honestly, I myself, if my significant other allowed my input into the situation, would not opt for an abortion, no matter what stage of my life I'm in. Because I wouldn't be able to live with that. But for you to fuck with someone else because of circumstances that you yourself do not fully understand, I don't know, it's fucked up. And it's a lot of you who have that opinion are trying to defund Planned Parenthood. You know what those people are doing? They are trying to help people make informed decisions. Trying to help people make informed decisions, trying to help distribute contraceptives is the right word, right?
Yeah.
Trying to distribute contraceptives and, well, just further educate people so they can keep situations like that from happening. You, on the other hand, would rather preach to a shit ton of hormonal teenagers and young adults abstinence. Let me tell you how well that works. I was raised Mormon, okay? No. Abstinence is not an option in any way, shape, or form. It's just not going to happen. But fortunately, my high school that I went to in middle school was very informative, and Planned Parenthood had a hand in making sure we were well informed about contraceptives, their importance, what they were good for, and prevention of, well, babies.
And STDs.
And STDs. That too. That's also important. Remember, wrap it before you tap it. It's crude, but true. As a matter of fact, you should get that as a tattoo. That fucking rhymed. God damn it. I'm a bad motherfucker. Number 4. People who move with no sense of urgency whatsoever.
You ever been standing outside, like, on the side of the road when the fucking wind is blowing, like, probably like, I don't know, 80 miles an hour? Okay, not really, but the wind was fucking blowing. It was freezing cold. Like, I get cold as shit. Alright, I am anemic, for one. I have circulation issues in my hands and feet. Okay, I'm fucking freezing when it's below 60. Okay, I will wear a jacket in 70 and 80 degree weather because I am chilly. Alright? So.
Okay, to add a little bit of context to my high sister statements here. Fuck what we were just talking about. Oh, so a lot of our coworkers have a tendency not to move with any kind of sense of urgency, which is semi-understandable for some of the ground crew, but do you think the supervisors would be a little more apt to put boot to ass in order to get things done? Because at the tail end of the day, we all have like an hour to travel back to the hotel, and no one in their right mind wants to stay out there more than is necessary, because we have to sleep and get up for work the next day. We work 7 days a week with no break. Well, we're generally get a break once every 3 weeks for like a weekend, but I know like hell the supervisors don't want to stay there late, but they're just happy and content to sit there and cut up and bullshit. While my sister and I, who generally operate as road guards whenever we have to close a lane, are stuck standing on either end dealing with people and the Riley with the fucking weather conditions, if it's storming or if it's cold, if it's snowing even, that really hasn't happened yet, but it could. But with it being cold or excessively hot, like sometimes in the summer, whenever we were working, it would get up to 100 degrees and reflected up off the asphalt. That's magnified by at least 25%. So we're having to deal with this excessive heat that is taking a massive toll on our bodies. On that note, it is not just coworkers that there's an issue with that with. Gwen here takes fucking forever to get ready for anything.
Fuck you. No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, okay, now, I do. But I don't. Okay, I move with a sense of urgency. I just have a lot to do. All right.
A lot
See
to
this?
do.
There's no makeup on this face. There's a lot of makeup to be put on here. There's some hair fixing because my hair doesn't usually look like this unless I'm working, which I'm
never
always working. I have to pick out a cute outfit. Like it takes.
Okay, her bitching aside.
Gloss, lotion yourself. Like
her bitching
look
aside.
like a fucking girl.
Can I speak?
Sure.
Her bitching aside. But it's seriously kind of important to move with a sense of urgency whenever there are set dates, times, or anything to that effect. Not everyone has the same freedom of time that you do, and not everyone wants to be in a certain place for a prolonged period of time. It's good to take other people's feelings and intentions into consideration. You know, just generally not being an asshole. Yeah, so put a little fucking pep in your step. That'd be great. Next item. Number 5. Pharmaceutical companies. One of my favorites.
Big Pharma.
I did not use that phrase, she did. But a lot of people here recently I have seen bitch about the fact that insulin prices are high in comparison to the drug that is utilized for people who overdose. And also the one that is used for rehabilitation purposes, which is essentially the drug, but government issued, being at different prices. Now, the issue that a lot of you are not focusing on is the fact that that insulin price is so high. Fuck the other thing, that's in a good place, but you don't necessarily need to use it as a comparison. No one person is more important than the other. I mean, I'm better than all of you. Let's go ahead and clarify that. But as far as the rest of the population, no one person is more important than the other, and every person has infinite potential. So the real issue here is the asshole that raised that price to such a ridiculous amount that this man, I can't remember the exact example now, but if you're on the internet regularly, you'll know what I'm talking about, died because he was rationing his insulin because the price was so ridiculously high. And there are many cases of that. There are who knows how many fucking cures for cancer out there, like genuinely researched viable cures that the FDA has yet to approve because it doesn't line anyone's pocket. Now, this just sounds like some tinfoil hat bullshit to those of you who have not researched it yet, but they're out there. I hate to do this to sound like a stereotypical stoner, not saying that I smoke pot. I do not partake of the devil's lettuce.
I love the devil's lettuce.
But cannabis can be refined into an oil that causes certain forms of cancer to commit suicide because it interrupts the genetic replication process. And it can also be used to treat different forms of pain and things to that effect, like varying out branching off of just the cancer topic, I knew a friend whose mother had MS, and she would get to the point where she had so much pain that she had to crawl anywhere to be able to call someone to get help, or crawl to her bed, or what the fuck ever was going on in the situation. But she started smoking pot because my friend's a hoodlum and was able to find it, and she's able to walk around and doesn't have to deal with that pain on that level anymore. And there are various researched viable cases of it helping people. Now, granted, I'm not going to say that it's not going to be abused, but so fucking what is it? So fucking what if it is? The only danger, the only thing a pot smoker is dangerous to is a bowl of Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, you're probably gonna gain a few pounds.
If that, it's actually some of the research here recently has indicated that it could feasibly heighten your metabolism by very slight amounts, but the research is inconclusive. We will have to see in the future whenever they can get a more controlled experiment set up.
Here's a controlled experiment. Me right here, because
That is something I've preached against before. You as an individual are not a controlled experiment. You need reliable researchers and a large sample pool.
okay, but it wasn't
No
that deep.
offense.
It's supposed to be a joke that I'm a stoner. I'm not fat. Like, look at me.
The
I'm
jacket's
small.
not helping.
Okay. Look at me. I'm small. Like, I'm not that small, but I'm not big. Like,
Right, so that was Drunk Rants 12, and I appreciate all of you guys for sitting here and listening to my bullshit, listening to my sister's bullshit, and while I'm 100% drunk. Ugh. As I said before, the horror podcast is still coming. It's just something in the works. There was a hiccup, but I came into contact with someone who might be able to help me get a little more background information that is necessary before I proceed with this. And concerning the drawing that I said was going to take place in March at some point, probably going to do it at about the end, and we'll be reasonable. Let's see, how many subscribers do I have right now? I've got 49 subscribers. If I can get to 50 subscribers, all of the previous rules apply, except for the subscriber count, obviously. And you will win a $50 gift card because Zombie's balling on a budget. To go ahead and reiterate some of the rules, those that I can remember as of right this second. You need to, on a verifiable form of social media, have shared my content or my channel in general. And well, I need to be up to at least 50 subscribers at that point. I'm at 49. It's not that hard to get one more. And for every entry, you need to email me at duwardh@gmail.com. That is duwardh@gmail.com. Your name, and well, we can deal with the address thing later, as long as you can send me a screenshot of the verified form of social media that you have shared my content on. Oh god. In that email, and your name, your age, because you have to be at least 18 to enter. I don't know if I can send underage people money. You know, I don't even fucking care if you're 18. We'll just ignore that. I don't think that there's any reason you can't. Actually, YouTube didn't say I couldn't. So, it doesn't matter what fucking age you are. But you need to send me your name, a screenshot of the form of social media that you have shared my content on, and I need to have at least 50 subscribers by that point. To this email. You're going to send it to this email, right here, this email here. But, yeah, that should just about cover it. Any rules or questions you may have, defer to one of my older videos, and anything beyond that, comment it here, and I will answer. But everyone's name will go into a hat for a drawing of a $50 gift certificate. You can get your name in there twice if you send a video submission of a rant you have. You don't even have to be drunk while you do it, and you may actually get it put into one of these videos. Whatever, just send the video clip with the email, or you can share it to my Google Drive, which is under the same Gmail account. and I should be able to pick it up. Just go ahead and mention that it's in the email, though, so I know to actually look for it, because I don't think Google Drive gives me a notification. But that should only be in the instance that your video is too long to... I will fucking kill you. That should only be in the instance that your video is too long to send through email. But, like I said, name, email, and screenshot verification, plus potentially the video if you want to get your name put in there twice. And if I like your video enough, I will put it in the Drunk Rants series. Now, if you do get around to submitting a video, understand that I am a very critical person, even though you get my shitty ass content on YouTube, and there's a good chance it might not make it. So make sure it's from the heart. Do your best to make the video of decent quality if you can. I don't give a shit if you record it on your phone. Just expound upon what you're talking about, maybe. Like, don't send me a 6-second clip talking about I hate black people. To clarify, I will not accept any homophobic, racist, or closed-minded references. That's not the kind of person I am. If you watch any of my content, you understand that I honestly hate the kind of person you are if you're apt to send some shit like that. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Zombie and G.
Not a trapper, though.
You know, because she's cool and can't have a normal fucking name. Fucking raggedy ass bitch. I love you. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I appreciate your support up to this point. I will see you all again in Drunk Rants 13, and hopefully that'll be out soonish, and I won't procrastinate it like I have the other videos after promising you a video every week. God, I hate myself.
Yeah, I hate you too.
Aww. Vape life, brah.